Hiring independent contractors. If you've looked at the worker that you want to hire and you've determined that you're going to hire them as an independent contractor, what are the steps? The steps and rules may vary from state to state, so you always want to check your state's rules and regulations about how you're going to hire them. Again, you should consider asking an attorney to give you some advice on your strategy for your business on hiring independent contractors, and even provide you an independent contractor form. But the most common steps after those are done is to ask the independent contractor you're going to work with to complete the W-9 form. And this is the request for the taxpayer identification number. You're asking that worker or the entity to tell you very specifically who they are. Are they operating as a person or a sole proprietor? Or are they a corporation? Or are they an LLC? So asking for them to complete this form, they'll state, this is who I am and this is what I'm being represented as. So they could say, like, the work that is going to be performed for your company is being done by a corporation. And this is the corporation's name, and this is the corporation's taxpayer identification number. So you do want them to sign a contract. This is not a mandatory thing. If you don't have them sign a contract, a written contract, then you're entering a verbal contract. Either way, you're entering a contract. You're saying we want them to do the work, and they are going to perform the work in exchange for usually money. So having that attorney help you write the contract will alleviate a lot of issues if there's a disagreement on the contract. And it will also help and clarify the understanding of what the work it is to be performed and all the other issues that come along. Have them send you an invoice for the work. Have them bill you for what they've done. This is what a business should do. And so when they act more like a business and they're sending you an invoice and you get a copy of that and also a receipt when you pay, those are good signs that you're hiring a business to do the type of work. At the end of the year, you are typically required to send them a 1099 form. And this is a statement that goes to them, and it also goes to the government, stating that you hired this company and this is how much you paid them over the year or over a specified period of time. This is something you usually want to discuss with your accountant to make sure that you're setting up the business right and you're setting up the way to track how much you're paying them, and also sending that 1099 form at the end of the year. So typically you only have to sign this form over $600 if you spend, but that could change based on the tax year. So always check with your accountant and also state and federal agencies to make sure what the threshold is for how much you have to pay an independent contractor before you have to sign that send the 1099 forms. Next up, hiring employees.